Hello everyone! Happy Monday! I hope that you all had a fabulous weekend and a great Valentine's Day. Today I think I'm going to work on some journaling cards. I sort of have an idea. I know that I wanted to use some images from ArtyMaze's kit. I've already stitched around the images that I plan to use. I'm going to try to accomplish 3 of these. And I'm just going to move some of this stuff back out of my way. I plan on using some buttons and some fabric today. So that is my plan. Let's see if I can find my glue. I have been in my craft room for 3 hours this morning, playing around with the project that I want to do either tomorrow or Wednesday. I still have a couple more steps to go through to make sure I know what I'm doing, or at least enough to get by. So I'm real excited about that. And in the interim, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do something for today. So here I am. So I don't, how did I do that? Why would that not? Oh, well, first of all, you have to know how to glue paper together. I don't know how I did that. How hard could that be? I'm just going to work, these book pages are going to be my base for my journaling card. Try that again. That one worked a little bit better. So I have to report, last week in one of my videos I had told you how I had been craving Reese's peanut butter cups. And I have been dropping hints like crazy all week long to my husband. So yesterday, you know, I knew I would have flowers. He always gives me flowers. But I got roses and a card, of course. And then he pulls out a bag of Twizzler licorice. And I just started laughing. He's like, what's so funny? You like these? I said, yes, I do. I said, but I have been dropping hints left and right about wanting Reese's peanut butter cups, and you're giving me licorice. He's like, I didn't even pick up on that. I'm like, oh, Bill. So on Sunday morning, he usually goes to visit his father, and he'll run to the grocery store and pick up, you know, a few things for him. So when he came home from Pop's yesterday, he had me some Reese's peanut butter cups. But I thought it was so funny because I'm like, I have been dropping hints like no tomorrow. And then I get, which usually I don't get candy. I'm not a big candy eater. I mean, I go through periods, you know, where I need something sweet, but for some reason, it's probably the commercials. They've been playing nonstop. But I have been craving those. But I thought, it's typical Bill. A lot of times he'll think he told me something when he didn't tell me something and swear up and down that he did, you know. He's extremely busy. He's an engineer in his company, and he manages 100 and some people every day. And I don't know how he does it, but I mean, he's just high speed, high speed, high speed. I am completely the opposite. My energy's in the morning, and then, you know, I get things done on my pace. you know, not in a hurry for what that's worth. But anyway, I want to pull up some pictures because I did play around with this some before I got on here, because if it was me just randomly doing this, my decision process takes too long. I wouldn't want to bore you with that. But I'm going to start with this little lady here, I guess. And I chose these book pages because the size of the journal that I'm making is approximately the size of these pages. So I want to bring some of this blue fabric in. I'm just going to start gluing down. I don't know what it is about glue lately, but I have had glue issues. Come on, glue. I've had a problem with this bottle ever since I got it. I want that roughly over there. I'm going to stand up for this because I always, there we go, I want that ripped edge, and I should have torn this down and I didn't. Shame on me. Just going to trim around this. Alright, that's down good enough. And then I know my image is going here, and I thought I had a piece. I think this is too big. I'll probably have to tear this down. But I think what I'm going to do is, I wonder if that will. You know how you plan things out, sort of haphazardly, is what I did this morning. Now that I'm seeing it in person, I'm not crazy about it. Maybe I'll bring her down lower. I'm going to stitch around these. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to take some music paper. I just want to stick enough under here that my muslin doesn't show through. Do it this way. It doesn't really matter, does it? No, it doesn't. other than that, it was a pretty quiet weekend for us. Would be nice to have more music up there, but whatever. Alright, I want this about halfway, I think. I don't know if this is the piece that I'm going to use or not. I really do need to change this music paper. That's going to drive me nuts. I just want to be able to tell that it is in fact music paper there. Instead of a white blob. Alright. Plan on bringing this up. It's not going to be high enough. We'll make do. At this rate, I'll get one of these done. Alright, so she's going to go approximately in the center here. I want to see, I'm going to put a different piece because I don't think that's going to be. Too many scissors, too much glue. Now what I want to do, bring that down sort of like that, sort of at an angle. And I'm going to stitch down here, so I guess I can really make that shorter. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Well, better glue her down first. Hope this isn't boring you to death. I'm trying to make some of these to coordinate with the journal that I'm doing for the giveaway as well. I'm going to put that sort of like that. I just want enough on there to hold it down because I'm going to stitch some buttons on there. Do I want that like that? And we'll see. Alright, I need room to stitch around. I know that. So I'm just going to break out some of these buttons. I don't want anything. I love white buttons. I don't know why. I used to be all about brown buttons, and lately I have just been all about the white buttons. Maybe I'll do something like that. That'll be fine. We're dealing with a journaling card, right? I'll start with this one on the bottom. And I'm not even going to knot that. Last week, I had mentioned the little boy across the street. I think it was last week. And I knew his birthday was coming up. I knew he was born early February. And but I didn't know when his birthday was. Because one of our granddaughters, Ellie, she was born in December. And her and Lauren and Alicia were pregnant at the same time, and whatever. But anyway, last week I mentioned that Travis was going to have a birthday, but I couldn't remember what day. And then I think it was the very next day, I noticed all of his grandparents were over there, and a couple of aunts and uncles, and they were standing outside, and it's been really cold here. You know, we've been getting snow, it's cold. I'm like, why are they all standing outside? And then Jonathan and Alicia, the parents of Travis, and Travis were inside, but the rest of them were standing outside. And I was like, what is going on? Well, Jonathan, the father, is a fireman. Pretty soon, a big fire truck pulled up out front. And they came outside with little Travis, and he was in a full-fledged fireman's outfit. It was the cutest thing ever. I mean, it was so adorable. And to see this little 2-year-old's face when he saw that fire engine, it literally brought a tear to my eye. It was the most precious thing I've ever seen. I was like, oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. It truly was unbelievable. I told Bill that night, I'm like, you missed it, because Bill just gets the biggest kick out of him. He'll get up in his window, and he waits for Bill to come home just to wave to him when he gets out of his car. I mean, he is the most precious little thing. But seeing that last week, and I was like, I chuckled afterwards, because I was like, I just said in my video, I was just talking about him knowing his birthday was coming up sometime soon, and it was either that same day or the very next day. All that happened in the afternoon, and I got a big kick out of that. So that's that one. I'm going to stitch around these, and I'm also going to add some kind of tab, and I also have to back them. But I'm going to do all my stitching at once, so I'm trying to get through these. You know me, I'm very slow. Alright, so my lady with the umbrella is going to be next. And for her, I wanted to bring in some of this. Put my needle over here so I don't lose it. I want to bring some of this fabric in. I think I'm just going to, I'll just tear a piece because I don't want this to get too bulky. But I told Bill when he came home, I was like, oh honey, you missed it. And the next night when he got home from work, they happened to be outside coming home at the same time. And Bill told them that he was really disappointed that he didn't get to see the big event the day before, and had told them that Sheila said that it made her almost cry, you know, to see his face. And so they she texted me a couple pictures of him, his little face. I tell you, I would love to see him and our granddaughter Ellie, because they are you know, basically the same age. I would love to see the two of them together. I think they would be adorable. So I'm going to put that there. And I want to bring, once again, some of this blue fabric in. Ticking is what it is. I thought I had this piece, and I sort of like I'm going to make a little square of it right here. Or leave a square, I should say. But that was our excitement for the week. Was for me. Seeing him. He is so adorable. And he recently, I don't know, last few months or whatever. I guess it was during the summer. He got a big boy haircut, you know, his first one. He's so cute. He's adorable. They all are, aren't they? Oops, wrong scissors, I can tell right away. You know, my daughter, one of my daughters, my stepdaughter, she got me a pair of brand new fabric scissors. I asked for fabric scissors. You know, that was one of her gifts to me for Christmas. And I can't bring myself to use them because you know how you accidentally get glue and all that? So I'm hoarding a pair of scissors, believe it or not. I think what I'll do is I keep saying I'm going to have Bill take my scissors to work and sharpen them for me. They need to be cleaned and sharpened. And then I would use those, you know. But sort of like other things, I have a tendency to hoard them for the longest time, and then it's like, why am I hoarding these? Oh wow. Alright, I need to turn you off for a second and right back on so I don't run out of video. Okay. Here we go. I reset my timer. Trying to decide where I want. I think I want it up, and I'm just gonna cut this off a little bit. I like those little stringies hanging. I think once that's stitched, I think I need to bring it this way just because of this. Down a little bit. Okay. And then once again, oops. You can drink coffee. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna once again I like that one there. Do I want them in a straight line? Yeah, I think I'll just I'll just go for the straight line. Change it up. Yeah, I'll change it up a little. Come here, needle. I'm just using embroidery floss. Ouch! Ouch, ouch, ouch. What I was saying is I'm just using embroidery floss. I'm using 3 strands of DMC. Just so I don't have to go. I love having thread in the buttons in my journals. I don't care if this is really straight or not. I think I'll turn you sideways. As far as the buttons, I don't really care. I'm just going through them a couple times. One time's probably sufficient. There we go. Oh, I keep picking up the wrong scissors for everything. So there's that one. I'm going to stitch around and then, put a topper of some sort on it. And then the last one, I can't remember what the last one I was going to do. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, this one. This paper. I think I'm just going to cover this one in paper to start with. I don't care if it's the right way or not. The design goes the other way, but sort of a background. Nothing new here really to see as far as what I'm doing. But hopefully you are crafting as well. Sort of like a craft along. So there's my base. And then, I poked my finger good with that needle. I think this ticket I'm going to use, and here's my girl. I'm going to layer my girl on it. Yep, let's do it. Do it and don't second guess myself. That's my biggest fault. I'm continually changing things up instead of just going with it and being done. This picture, you know, I know ArtyMaze has used it in the past, but every time I've seen that picture, it reminds me of someone that I know, and I can't place who it is, but it definitely reminds me of someone. I had a piece, this, must be this piece, maybe? Well, maybe I already used it. I might have used it on, I can cut this one down. I thought, well, let me tear this. Must have used that piece, because it was just, yeah, must have used it on that last. Alright, let's not lose sleep over it. I want to decide how fat I want this. I don't think I want that. Maybe I will leave that. Let's tear this off. I liked that other piece because it was sort of just not even, and see if I can recreate something like that. I want it to be sort of shabby. I'm just going to bring that in. Do away with some of those. Don't want to cover that little girl. I'm just going to bring this in. And then stitch a button. This one. I think I'll go with this one. Piece of fuzz hanging off of me. Try not to jab my finger this time. That hurt. Well, maybe if I go through the top first. That'll give me my starting point. Maybe. Here we go. A bit thick. So I'm going through the material, the picture, the ticket, going through all layers there. Okay. All right. So I am going to, I'm going to stitch around these, but I think I'm going to use, I don't know if I want any of this for this. There's that too matchy-matchy. Yeah, that won't be bad, I guess. I might use that. I might change my mind. I think I'm going to use just some of this muslin for these other two. Alright, so I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't know if I like that either. Well, I'll figure that out. I'm going to put some fabric or lace toppers and stitch around these. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I've added a word on each of them. I put the topper, and the one thing I forgot, which I know you knew, I needed to back these before I stitched them. So I have backed all three of them. I stitched around, I added toppers on each of them, and then once I got done, I was like, they still felt like, to me, they needed something else. So I added within. I kept going to this corner because of this, and nothing looked right. So finally, when I put this over here, I sort of feel like it sort of draws your eye away from this. Maybe. So that's that one. I put wander on this one. I really like the way this one came out. And this is a moment. So there you have it. I ended up rounding the corners instead of keeping them, you know, straight. I just sort of felt like they needed something else. So there you have it. This is what? Today is the 15th, so it's the 16th day of the 100-day project. And I got 3 journaling cards done, so I'm very thrilled about that. And these will coordinate nicely with the journal that I'm working on for the giveaway. So I either use all 3 or a couple or whatever, but at least I have them ready. And because they're vintage, if I don't use all of them in the giveaway journal, I'll have one for my stash or whatever. So there you go. I hope you all have a fabulous crafty Monday, and I'll be back tomorrow. Take care, and once again, thank you so much for taking time to visit my channel. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.